All right, cool. So if you do have a foam roller, you can just place it off to the side. We'll just start with a quick version of our warm up. So tippy toes up and down. As you lower down, you're just going to peel your toes up and then lift your heels up. So we'll go heels up and then toes up. If it feels a little unsteady, lifting up both toes at the same time, you could alternate feet and then lift up both heels. And then we go one or both feet rocking back onto the heels. We'll go two more like that. And then one more. All right, and from here, we're gonna go high knees. So just lifting up opposite knees, working to warm up the hips here. We are gonna do some like lunges and squats as part of our warm up / workout. And then we're gonna go for some hip openers next. So we'll take a big step back, open up your hips. So like we're stepping back behind and over something. Nice mobility through our hips. One more in this direction. And then we'll go the other way. A big step forward, stepping up and over. We'll go two more on each side. And then one more. And we'll come back to center, feet hip distance, and we'll just draw some small circles around. Nice smooth circles. And then we'll go circles in the other direction. Nice circles around. Two more. And then last one, coming back to the center, we're gonna go torso circles. So leaning over to the right, reach your chest forward. We'll go over to the left and then reach it up and back. And we'll keep mapping out those four corners. And then we can start drawing our circles around. Nice smooth circles. And then after this circle, we'll go the other way. So going over to the left, to the front, to the right, and up and back. Doing that again. Front. And then we get to draw our circles around. Make sure belly button stays pulled in. Reach your chest up and back. We'll go two more here. And then one more. And coming up to the center, let's just go ahead, shake it out a little bit. We'll take our arms out nice and wide, stretch your fingers out long, give yourself a big hug, squeeze, and then open up, and then big hug, squeeze, and open up, switching which arm crosses on top each time you switch arms, or give yourself that next hug. Go two more, squeeze and open, and then one more. Awesome. After this next one, relax your arms, drop them down, and just kind of shake it out head to toe. Hoo, hoo, hoo. All right, we'll bring chin down to your chest. Take a look at the floor. Check out your toes. From here, we're going to look down and right. So gazing over towards your right toes. And then looking back down to the center and gazing down and left from here. And then we come back down to the center. We'll look up and right. And coming back down to the center, looking up and left. And then coming back down to the center. Go ahead, look straight ahead. And then all the way up at the sky. All right, from here, head comes back to center. Roll your shoulders back. If you've got a foam roller, you can go ahead and grab that. If you don't have a foam roller, you can grab any prop for this first part, maybe a band or no prop. We're gonna do some lunges with a little bit of rotation. So we'll take our right leg out in front, left foot's gonna step back behind. From here, we'll start with our elbows bent in by our sides, palms pressing into either side of the foam roller, or we're holding on to either side of the band. You're gonna press your arms forward and then bend your elbows, bring it back in. We'll start with that, couple more here. Exhale, push forward, and then inhale, bend your elbows, bring it in. Last two, push forward, and then bend your elbows, bring it in. Last one, push forward and hold it right there. We're gonna rotate over to the right. So twisting over towards the front leg, your arms guide the way, head comes along for the ride, and then we come back to center, bend your elbows, bring it in. So straighten out your elbows with your exhale, The last bit of that exhale, rotate over to the right. Inhale, we untwist and then bend your elbows back in. Last two here. Exhale, we press and then rotate. Keep your chest up nice and tall. Back to center and then bring it in. And last one, press forward and then rotate. Back to center and then bend your elbows. Step your feet together. We'll try out the other side next. So left foot comes in front, right foot steps back. Starting with our elbows bent in by our side. Nice big inhale. Ribs are stacked right on top of your hips. Exhale, straighten out your elbows as far as you can reach those arms. And then inhale, bend your elbows, bring it back in. Exhale, we press. And then inhale to pull. We've got two more. Exhale, push it out. And then bring it back in. And last one, push it out and hold it right there. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, rotate over to the left. Inhale, back to the center. Bend your elbows. We've got three more. Exhale, straighten out and rotate using that whole exhale. Inhale, back to center. And then bend your elbows in. Last two. Press it forward and then twist it over. Back to center. And then bend your elbows, bring it in. Last one, push it out. And twist. Back to center. And then bring it in. Step your feet together. We'll take our feet just about hip distance apart for this next part. We're going to lower down into a squat as you press your arms up to the sky. So there'll be an inhale to lower the hips, reach your arms up. And then exhale, stand up tall, bring your arms back to your chest. If going straight up overhead is a little too much on the shoulders, feel free to take your arms out in front of you or out in front of the face and slightly up, right? So finding whatever angle works best for your shoulders. So we still get that movement, but we're not causing any pain. So it's an inhale to lower and stretch the arms up or out, and then exhale to bring everything back into the center. We'll get two more like that. Inhale to lower. And exhale to bring it up. And then one more. Let's lower down into our squat and hold it there. Inhale, we lower down and hold. From here, you're going to bend your elbows to create a 90-degree angle at your elbow, and then straighten out your elbows. So it's an exhale to bend, and then an inhale to straighten out. If our arms are out in front, you're doing a bicep curl on the way down, and then that tricep extension on the way up. If we're doing overhead, we're getting that tricep press overhead. We've got two more here, bending the elbows and straightening out. And then one more. Straighten out your elbows and stand up nice and tall. Bring your arms into your chest. All right, now we're going to put all of that together. So it'll be lunge on each side and then our squat and press. All right. Right foot comes out in front. Left foot steps back into your lunge. We're going to take a nice big inhale. We lower down to our lunge. Reach your arms out. Rotate over to the right using your exhale. Inhale, arms can come back to center. Step your feet together. We'll get the other side. Left foot in front, right foot behind. Arms stretch out nice and long. We rotate over to the left. Then come back to the center. Bring your arms in. We find our squat position next. Feet about hip distance. Lower down as you press your arms up and hold it right there. It'll be an exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, straighten out. And then exhale, we're all the way back up. Right foot in front, left foot steps back. We lunge. Reach your arms forward and then twist it over. Coming back to center. Step the feet together, your arms come in. Left foot in front, right foot steps back. Reach your arms forward and then twist it over. Coming back to center, arms come in, feet come in, and we find our squat. Lower down, reach your arms up and hang out. Bend your elbows and straighten out. Bring it all the way up. We're halfway there. Right foot in front, left foot back. We lunge and then we twist. Back to center and we bring it in. Other side, lunge and then twist. Back to center and we squat. We go down as the arms come up. A little tricep work here. And then bring it all the way up. And last one here, right foot in front. And we twist. Back to center and other side. We step back and we rotate. Back to center and we come in. Here goes our last squat. Drop it down. Bend the elbows. Whoo, straighten them out and come all the way up. Oh. All right, so that was our nice little warm up, right? Mobilizing our spine and our lower body. Now we get to move on to our circuit. Woo-hoo. Okay, so we'd be heading our way down to the mat. For the first part of the circuit, we're gonna do a spinal extension exercise. I'm gonna start off with the foam roller right on the top part of my thigh. So not on my hip bones, but on the actual meaty part of my thighs. So lying all the way down so that way my thighs are resting on top of the foam roller. May take a few, repetitions to kind of figure out where the sweet starting spot is. And depending on how hard your foam roller is, that may change things up too. If you're not using a foam roller, I'll show you what to do right after this, okay? So we're looking down at the floor. We've got our elbows bent, shoulders right on top of our elbows, and then palms can be flat on the floor. Essentially, we're gonna do a little press up. So we'll take a nice big inhale. As we do so, you're gonna shift your weight into your hands, straightening out your elbows as much as feels comfortable to peel your chest up away from the floor. And then we bend our elbows, lowering them back down, and our chest comes back down. So again, we're pressing through the triceps, using our upper back to help us lengthen up away from the floor. And then we slowly lower our body back down, okay? Try a few more like that. I'll show you your option if you're not using a foam roller or if that one's not feeling good on your back. So we can have our elbows bent out to a nice wide V shape here. We take a nice big inhale, peel your head and chest up away from the floor, still working those spinal extensors. And then exhale, we lower down. So you'll just be keeping the elbows on the floor for this one, really working through the backs of the arms and the upper back, peeling your head and chest up, and then lower back down. All right, so you can try one more of either version. Maybe if you want to try out the other one just to see what that feels like. Whoo! And then we get to move on to our hands and knees next, okay? So once you've had your fill with that one, we're gonna go hands and knees with our ankles or like the front of our shins resting on the foam roller. Alrighty, so from here, we can try a couple different things. We've got our wrists lined up right underneath our shoulders, a nice flat back. We'll try sliding the right leg back. So just lifting the left foot away from the foam roller, the right leg extends back, and we find that nice length through the right leg. And then we pull back in. We'll try the left side. So we'd lengthen out, the foam roller slides up your leg, and then we pull back in. There's our option one. Option two, scoop the belly button in. We lift the knees up to hover, straighten out both legs, and then pull both legs back in. So we get to foam roll out the front part of our shins and we come back in. All right, a little bit more work than a traditional plank because our feet are elevated. So you can choose whether you want to do one leg at a time or two at the same time. Okay, all that hard work, let's lie down. We're gonna lie all the way down on your backside. All right, so we're kind of moving down our legs with the foam roller. Once you lie all the way down, you can rest your feet on top of the foam roller. I know, you can already tell, this is gonna be so fun. All right, so we've got both feet right on top of the foam roller. I'm kind of resting on my arches, but you can choose if it feels better on your heels. That might be a little bit more stable, but find the spot that works best for you. Heels will give you a little more hamstring too. I'm gonna plant my arms right down by my sides. So you can maybe take them out a little wider. We'll take a nice big inhale. On your exhale, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up. And then inhale, the hips lower back down. All right, that's it. Exhale, we squeeze and lift. And then inhale, we lower back down. Now, if you're not using a foam roller, I'd recommend doing a one leg plank. So we'd lift up, take one leg up, and then bring it down, switch sides, and then lower your hips down, hover, okay? For the plank, I forgot to give your option for that, but same thing, you can just slide one leg back, or you can take both legs back in the plank and then bring both legs into hover, okay, if you're not using the foam roller. Okay, cool. So we're gonna do circuit, so 30 seconds for each exercise, and then I think we have like 10 or 15 seconds to get to the next exercise. We'll end up going through everything 3 times. Are you ready? Okay, we'll find out, right? Any questions on any of the exercises? I muted everybody, but if you have questions, just shout it, like unmute and tell me. Okay, here we go. So we'll start with our spinal extension work. I'm just gonna get our timer ready. So we'd have the foam roller underneath the top part of our thighs, right? Not on our hips, but underneath our thighs. All right. Once we get set up with the foam roller there, we take our forearms down onto the floor, elbows underneath our shoulders, our feet are dangling off of the floor. Take a nice big inhale, press into your palms, peel your chest up, and then slowly lower yourself back down. So we're in a flat back when we're down, and then we extend through our spine, so we're arching our back as we come up. Glutes are engaged here, and as well as our upper back muscles, right? Our triceps are working. Nice inhale to lengthen, and then exhale to lower. And we don't have to go all the way up. Oh, okay, there's our 30 seconds. We're gonna work our way onto our hands and knees next. Foam roller gets to come underneath your ankles. And again, we can either do one leg at a time or 2. If we're going for 2, the knees lift up to hover. Straighten your legs out and then pull them back in. So we're rolling our ankles, rolling our shins along the foam roller, and then we pull back in. All right, our gaze is out past our fingertips, and then belly button pulls your knees in, and then stretches as we send our legs back. We're going for 2 more. And then we lower all the way down. Break time, lie down on your back. Foam roller goes underneath your feet. Let's try out heels on the bar for this first one. All right, arms come down. Nice big inhale. Exhale, squeeze your glutes and lift up. And then inhale, lower back down. It's an exhale to squeeze. And then inhale to lower. Really press up through your heels. And then bring it back down. Knees keep tracking straight forward. We squeeze and lift. And then lower. Ooh, almost there. 10 seconds. Squeeze. And then back down. Keep pressing up. And then lower. Last few here. And we come all the way down. Time to do it again. We're going to make our way over into our spinal extension pose next. So again, thigh bones on the foam roller. Woo-hoo. All right, nice big inhale, exhale. Inhale, we peel our chest up away from the floor. And then exhale, we lower back down. All right, no rush with this one, really focusing on keeping our shoulders out of our ears and thinking about reaching your chest forward just as much as it's lifting up away from the floor. Pressing through all 10 fingers, squeeze the armpits close, and then lower back down. We'll go 3 more here, lengthen and lift. Oh, sorry, it was 3 seconds, not 3 reps. Okay, here we go, back into our plank. Whew. All right, we are working it. All right, so plank, the foam roller comes underneath our shins, finding that nice scoop in, lifting the knees up to hover. Maybe we just hang out here. Feels kind of nice to extend the legs back, right? Foam roll out your shins and bring it in. If this is irritating to your knees or your lower back, feel free to keep one knee down at all times and just slide it back, right? Meeting our body where it's at today, lifting your chest up away from the floor. And we're just breathing and pushing. Couple more seconds, keep those hips up. And it's lie down time. All right, here we go. We get to lie down on our backside. All right, if you like, If you want to try out with your arches on the foam roller, we can try that out for this one. We're going 3, 2, and then 1. We lift up and then lower. So by arches, I'm more of like the top part of my heel. So like the bottom part of the arch where the arch and the heel meet. Okay, so not right in the center of our arch. Knees are tracking straight forward. And I'm just feeling how this gives us a little bit more glutes. Hamstrings are warmed up, so they might be talking to you too. We've got just a few seconds left here. And we'll go 3, 2, and then 1. Okay, one more round. Here we go, working our way up into our spinal extension. All right, foam roller comes underneath our thighs. We rest on the forearms. Taking our time, this is our last round. Find that stability through your shoulders. We peel our chest up. And then we lower back down nice and slow with control, right? Working on control on the way up and then on the way down. We're breathing, big inhale, we lift up, taking up so much space, and then exhale, we deflate back down to the ground. We're gonna get one more in here, big inhale to lengthen, and then exhale, we lower back down. All right, here we go, plank time. I have a special surprise at the end, okay? So making our way up into our plank prep pose. Woo, we're going in 3, in 2, and then 1. The knees lift up to hover. We slide 1 or 2 knees back, and then we bring it in. Think about really pressing into the ground with your hands or your forearms, but then trying to lift your chest away and pull your shoulder blades apart. As you slide your knees in, think about your abs pulling in, right? The bottom of the abs pulling up towards the ribs. We are just cruising through here. Next time you straighten out your legs, hold it there, holding our plank for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Lower down, light all the way down, feet go on the foam roller. Your choice where you put your feet, whatever feels best for you. We'll have a little surprise at the end here too. Nice big inhale, exhale, squeeze and lift up. And then inhale, lower back down. Make sure both sides of your feet and both feet are pressing down evenly, right? Like the outside of the left foot isn't doing more work than the inside of the right foot. We want all parts of our feet to be working together here to help us get the best movement. Moving and breathing here. Next time you lift up, just hold it right there. We're just gonna hold this bridge. Hold in for 5. Squeeze your glutes. See if your hips will go up a little tiny bit higher for 4. Belly button scoops in. We're just hanging out here. 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down. Woohoo! Go ahead, pull your knees into your chest. Just give your body a little hug. Catch your breath. We were moving so fast. We barely even took breaks. Oh my goodness. Let's draw some circles around. See, I couldn't have found like fast enough music for that workout. Oh my goodness. And then circles the other way. Nice. All right. We'll go ahead, grab a hold of our foam roller. Just place it into your hands, okay? Legs can stretch out nice and long. And then just reach your arms up overhead as far as you're able to keep your ribs in contact with the mat on the backside. And then reach your arms up to the sky. So it'll be an inhale, we lengthen, stretch your arms up overhead. And then exhale, your arms float back up to the sky. We'll get 2 more like that. Inhale, we open. And then exhale, we reach up. And then 1 more. Inhale, stretch your arms up. And then exhale, reach up to the sky. From here, nod your chin to your chest. Start to roll your body up away from the floor, reaching your arms forward, reaching them towards your toes. We'll start to slowly roll all the way up to seated. Folding over your legs, you can slide the foam roller across the tops of your shins or your feet, just finding that nice rolled over shape. We'll take a nice big inhale here. On your exhale, start to slowly roll back down. So foam roller can kind of roll along your legs, scoop your belly in, and then just start to roll all the way back down. as the foam roller naturally lifts as your arms get further away from your body. And then reach your arms up to the sky and then overhead. We'll get one more roll up. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, nod your chin. Start to peel your spine up away from the floor. Stretching all the way over your legs. We'll take a nice big inhale and a nice big exhale. On your inhale, we'll just roll it up nice and slow. All right, so we're gonna come to a seated position with our legs out a little bit wider, okay? So we'll take our legs out as wide as feels comfortable. No need to show off and do the splits unless that feels good. We'll take our hands on the foam roller out in front of us. We're gonna think about trying to keep a nice flat back here. So instead of rounding like we just did, now we're gonna keep our back nice and flat. I'm gonna flex my feet, take a nice big inhale, reach the foam roller forward. So we're rolling forward, but thinking about reaching our chest forward rather than rounding our back down. So lengthening through our spine. Probably won't be able to go as low as if we were rounding. And then exhale, roll back in, sit up nice and tall. So it'll be an inhale to flatten out your back, reach your chest forward. Think about finding length in your hamstrings. And then exhale, we roll it all the way back in. One more like that. Inhale, we stretch, nice flat back here. Take a big exhale, hold it right there. And then a big inhale, see if you can flatten out, straighten out a little bit further. From here, we're gonna keep the arms where they are, nod your chin to your chest and start to round your back a little bit more. So round your back, find that nice curved shape here. On your inhale, we'll find our flat back again, gazing out in front of the foam roller. And then exhale, spring it all the way up, nice and tall. We're gonna do that at an angle now. So we're gonna take the foam roller over towards our right leg. We'll take a nice big inhale, again, keeping our back flat. We're just twisted this time. We're gonna slide the foam roller forward. So not our deepest, biggest stretch, but really finding the length in our spine and looking for the length in our hamstring. And then exhale, we straighten that, bring it back up. One more on this side. Big inhale, we take our nice flat back over, rolling it out. And from here, nod your chin, arch your back, collapse into that stretch. And then inhale, straighten out your spine, gaze forward. And then exhale, bring it all the way up. Let's head over to the other side. So taking our foam roller over to the opposite leg, same thing here. Finding the angle that suits you best, we rotate the ribs over. Inhale, we stretch it out with our flat back. Exhale, we slide it back in. And we'll do that again. Inhale, nice flat back. We're hanging out here. Nod your chin, round your back, kind of collapse into that stretch. And then inhale, lengthen it out, gaze forward. And then exhale, bring it all the way in. Whew. All right, we'll place the foam roller off to the side. Bring your legs out in front. Your hands can hang out behind and just kind of shake out your legs. Woo-hoo. All right, from here, we'll just get into our nice, comfortable ending pose, seated position, whatever feels best for you. All right, foam roller party. Let's take a nice big inhale. Right arm reaches up and over. Exhale, we circle across the front. And then inhale, left arm reaches up and over. And then exhale, we sweep across. We'll get one more here. Big inhale to reach. And then exhale, we sweep. And left arm, big inhale, reach. Exhale, sweep across the front, roll it up nice and slow, and just roll your shoulders back. Woo! And there's our Wednesday Fast and Furious workout.